Good afternoon, guys. Today I am in Dubai, in Mina Bazaar in Dubai, and in my opinion this is one of the best foodie destinations, just the city as a whole. Here you can get almost any type of cuisine you want from any part of the globe, especially South Indian like Pakistanis, Sri Lankan, Indian. All of it is authentic and extremely high quality. Apart from that, obviously you've got lots of Arabic food, you've got lots of European chains and restaurants as well, a few Michelin starred restaurants. There's a Chinatown with authentic Chinese cuisine. So let me show you what I mean.
This hole in the wall on a side street in Sharjah serves the best chapli kebabs from Pakistan. And these are 100% authentic and taste just like the real thing. Trust me, I'd know, I ate them in Peshawar myself.
Next up is this MTR restaurant behind me. It's a South Indian restaurant. It doesn't really have a full menu as such. Instead it does like a few different snacks. I think it stands for Maveli Tiffin Room, and tiffin, I guess in Hindi you could say it's some kind of snack. And this place is famous for dosas, and they've only got chains, it's a chain. They've got most of their branches in India. Outside India, I think they only have it in 4 countries: Singapore, Malaysia, UK and UAE now.
The area where MTR is located, there are a ton of restaurants. Whilst there are a few Arabic restaurants selling shawarma, falafel, etc., really, the thing that shines here is South Asian cuisine. The options really are limitless. For example, there is this vegetarian restaurant in one street. Next up you have a Nepali restaurant, and across the road from a Nepali restaurant you have a Pakistani restaurant, all serving delicious authentic cuisines that are as close as to the original as possible. And the fact that you can get an entire subcontinent's worth of cuisine in just a few streets is a pretty good feature. For example, this restaurant here is called Park Liari and it's famous for chicken and mutton biryani. However, this is Pakistani style biryani. Whether it is the best is up to debate. However, there's also other types of biryani from other countries. For example, from Hyderabad in India, there's Hyderabadi biryani, which is also famous. And guess what? Just around the corner from Park Liari, there's this place which does Hyderabadi biryani. Then just a couple of streets away you find Karachi Darbar, which has been around since the 70s. And then next up you have this, another Nepali restaurant. Really, there's hundreds of options in this just one small area. You could spend an entire month trying each and every different one. And it's not just hot meals in restaurants that are available. There's also all the other little things that make up Indian cuisine. For example, here this restaurant specializes in chaats. These are little plates of snacks that can be eaten throughout the day. For example, there might be samosa chaat, which would be the samosa with some yogurt on top and some sauces just to liven things up. These kind of things are rarely available where I'm from in the UK. Now this place, Bikar Navala, specializes in Indian sweets. You can see all of them are available exactly the same as you'd get in India or Pakistan. And another thing is that hygiene is top notch in all of these restaurants in Dubai.
The governments of the UAE take food hygiene extremely seriously. So for that reason, I'd probably argue that the quality of the food here is probably better than you get in India and Pakistan. And here's another restaurant that I found. It's an Iranian restaurant serving kebabs since 1978, and it's got a bunch of awards, and I'm sure it's good. So if you want Iranian cuisine, there's a place for you as well. There are also a ton of Middle Eastern restaurants. For example, behind me, this restaurant is called Barbar Restaurant, and it's famous from Lebanon. And the first branch they opened outside of Lebanon, here in Dubai. And all along this street, and there's Halal Beirut there, and lots of Lebanese and Syrian restaurants just on this one street alone. Now, I've actually been to Barbar in Lebanon, and whilst the food here is authentic, I had a hummus and meat sandwich. Unfortunately, they've kind of gone away from the ethos of the Lebanese version. In Lebanon, it's actually a cheap diner where you can grab something to eat. Here, it's more of a premium upmarket diner, but the food is pretty much the same. There's also all sorts of things available in the grocery stores. This is an Indian grocery store, and it has basically anything you could want that's been imported from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. It's all available. The UAE also has a very large Filipino community, and right now I'm in a Filipino supermarket, and here you can basically buy anything from the Philippines. Crackers, crisps, coconut milk, cup noodles. All of these are Japanese. This is Korean. These might be Filipino, I don't recognize those. These. This is Ukrainian or Russian sunflower oil. Basically, all of this is Filipino. I recognise these, and these as well. I recognise that. They also have a very clearly delineated pork section, and everything in here is not halal. Oh, they've even got a butcher in the corner. Also, you can get any kind of European food as well here. Right now I'm in Marks and Spencer in Dubai Mall. Let me show you what they've got. All of the same things you can get. I'm not sure who's buying this hummus. I mean, you can get much better in Dubai. All of the same groceries. Also, as crazy as it may seem, all of these fresh products like milk, yogurt, cheese are imported from the UK by air and sold here. And whilst it may not be as cheap as the locally produced versions, it's still available if you want it. And we aren't stopping at Marks and Spencer. There's also a Waitrose available. For those of you that don't know, Waitrose is a premium supermarket from the UK. And as I'm British, I should know what should be available on these shelves. And guess what? Everything that I expect to find, I can find. Yes, it's not the cheapest, but again, it's all still there. And what else is surprising is that this isn't a miniaturized version of a Waitrose store. It's probably comparable to anyone from the UK, which is actually quite impressive. And again, much like the Filipino supermarket, there's a non-Muslim section which generally contains pork products, but there was a lot of other products that were just non-halal. The merchandise in here, again, was available from all over the world. US, UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, everything. And just a short drive away from that European supermarket, we have this place. It's called Hyperama, and it's a supermarket from South Africa. And they have basically anything you'd want from South Africa. Candy bars, groceries, everything. It's all available. Unfortunately, I'm not South African, and I went there once 10 years ago, so I'm not too familiar with any of these products. But if you're watching and you know, tell me if this is all the stuff you would expect to find in a South African supermarket. And if you want East Asian products in Dubai, just come here to this supermarket called WeMart in Dira, Dubai. When I walked in, I was actually surprised to find that the ground floor is a food court, and here they have any kind of Asian Chinese cuisine. It's all available. And on the first floor they had a Chinese supermarket. Almost everything in here was imported from China. Even the shower gels, shampoos, fruit, veg, almost all of it from China. Again, a non-Muslim section in the supermarket with all pork and non-halal products were available. There is also an area that could be classed as a Chinatown. It's around the Dragon Mart shopping mall. In addition to that, this hot pot restaurant, which I found in Al Barsha, had all the same things that you'd expect to find in any hot pot restaurant in China. The only thing that was missing off the menu were pork products. I'm in the food court at Dubai Mall, and it is busy. Just look how busy it is. But this should give you an idea that everything here is available. All the fast food chains that people like, maybe when on vacation they eat it. Burger King, Pizza Hut, Hardee's. Personally, I wouldn't eat these things, but it's all available. Everything is available. Al Bake. Now, this is a famous fast food fried chicken shop from Saudi Arabia, and it is extremely good and it's extremely busy. Just look at the size. Look at the size of the queue. It's like a theme park. You have to wait. Probably have to wait 4 to 5 minutes for your food. I don't know. I did try Al Bake in Saudi Arabia, and I'm not going to queue up for it here. There's also some food shops here that I've not heard of. I'm not sure if they're chains. Texas Chicken I've heard of. It doesn't look particularly busy, especially when it's right across from its chief competition. What else have we got? Gunaydin, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a Turkish restaurant. I've never heard of it personally. Hatam, that looks absolutely deserted. Taza, this is a good one. I've eaten this in Saudi Arabia before. They do like a grilled chicken with bread, pretty standard. What else have we got? Soy Asian chicken, can't say I've ever had that before. The Grill Shack, same thing, never had it before, but it looks pretty good. Good steaks. And this food court as well is absolutely massive. There's probably 25 shops in here. Papa John's, again, not something I would eat, but it's there if you want it. I'm not sure what that is. It says shawarma. Yeah, they've got a shawarma going. What else have we got? Some kind of juice shop. A few more juice shops outside. Philly steaks. Of course, McDonald's, which is also busy, but not as busy as Obey. Subway. Bombay chow patty, I've had that, don't eat there. There's much better options at probably cheaper prices for this kind of food. Don't forget, this is a second food court. There was another food court on the other side of the mall, which also was quite busy, but it had slightly smaller range of restaurants. There was a McDonald's, but then there was a bunch of other things as well. Here we go. Doner kebab, German doner kebab. I think that's a British chain. They specialise in German style doner kebabs. Personally, I think it's no good, but you can try it. Never heard of JJ Chicken. Ice cream lab, not sure what that is. I think it's the nitrogen made ice cream, maybe liquid nitrogen. Yes, it is. So yeah, they put it in this bowl and freeze it on the fly. Alright. What else we got? KFC again. It's a lot of competition for fried chicken here because we've got KFC. There's a Jollibee's just there next to it, which again is fried chicken. That's Filipino. This is American. Al Bake is from Saudi Arabia, and then you've got Texas, which I assume is from the US. We've got Bicker Navala. This is that sweet shop that I showed you guys earlier, and the Chinese. I'm not sure what that is. Baskin Robbins. Some kind of Japanese food. Tiger sugar, I don't know what that is. Now, in addition to the food court, there's also a lot of other restaurants dotted around the shopping mall. This shopping mall is actually the flagship mall of Dubai. It's at the base of the Burj Khalifa. And there's all of these international food brands. I was even surprised to find a branch of Din Tai Fung, which is a dumpling chain from Taiwan. I highly recommend it if you haven't been. Right now I'm on the Palm in Dubai. This is the monorail that runs along the trunk, as you would say. There goes the monorail. And at the end of it, there's the Atlantis Hotel. There's also a water park down there. And in that hotel, there is 2 Michelin-starred restaurants. And there's a few more scattered throughout Dubai. So even if you want fine gourmet dining, it's available. Now, you guys might be wondering, why is the restaurant industry in Dubai so dynamic? Well, there's a lot of restaurants there. For example, in New York, there's around 300 people per restaurant. In Dubai, it's just 177. And not only that, but drinking is generally prohibited. Whilst there is alcohol, there is bars, there is some restaurants that serve alcohol, it's extremely expensive and generally people don't drink. So nightlife really is going out to a restaurant or going out to a cafe with your friends. Another thing is that Dubai is extremely open to immigration. There's people from all over the world staying there, living there, working there. And as such, those people want a taste from home. Another good reason is tourism. We can all agree that Dubai is one of the world's leading destinations for tourists. The UAE also relies on food imports for over 85% of its food supply. Therefore, there are no duties or taxes levied on imports, so anyone can set up a business importing foodstuffs from all over the world. Couple that with a large expat population means that there's supermarkets that have sprung up to cater for anybody's needs. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It will really help me out, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.